Hello, hello, everybody. It's happy hour. It's time to get some gratitude going here. Hi, Kuka. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Oh, I love you too, Kuka. It's so good to see you on here today. Yay! This is my gratitude happy hour. I come on every day. Hi, Kimberly. I come on every day at 5 o'clock, which is happy hour in my part of the world. And we talk about happiness and joy and how we can lift the vibration with just gratitude, just giving thanks for those things that we have, and also gratitude for things we want. We do it ahead of time. Hi, Karen. Thank you for being on here. So each day I show you my gratitude vase book. It's on Amazon in 3 different languages, in English, Spanish, and French. And every day I tell you who I put in my gratitude vase today. The actual gratitude vase is behind me, under my angel over there on the shelf. And I'm collecting so many angels lately, so it's like totally surrounded by angels. Hello, Yoka. Thank you for being here. So today, the name that went in my gratitude vase is Lee Ashfield, who I call Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee is a DJ, and he always entertained us when we had a dart tournament in the area where he lives, up in Vero, Florida. And he's just an amazing man. He's been through a lot in the last couple of years, and I just put him in the vase today. I started this new tradition yesterday with my gratitude vase. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for being here. Yesterday, the tradition I started with my gratitude vase is, in addition to putting in one person's name every day that I send out a message and send love and cheer to, I put $1 in the vase every day when I put that name in. And when I put that dollar in the vase, I send a little blessing to every name that's already in there. So if your name is in my gratitude vase, you were sent out blessings for abundance. And that's what that is all about right now, is using gratitude to manifest abundance. And that's what we're talking about now on Happy Hour. I just got through teaching the magic, which is all about gratitude and how to use gratitude in every part of our life. Whether we're giving gratitude for things we have, which we're continuing to do every day, right, guys? We give gratitude for what we already have, look at why we're grateful for it, and say the magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you for having that in my life. And we learned how to give gratitude for our health, to really look at the parts of our body and how they work so magically all by themselves. Our legs work, our feet work, our hands and arms, and our brain, our heart, our lungs, all of our organs. We learned how to be grateful for that we don't have to tell our heart, okay, heart, pump blood. It just does it. But the more we're grateful for the way things are working great in our life, the more it's going to happen, the more we're going to have better health. I'm going to stop and read your comments. Hi, Carla. Thank you for joining. Oh, Kuka, yay. Yes, I love the magic. And the more I do it, the more I just really get blessed by it. And we just finished it just a few days ago. And already I am getting so many blessings every day in my life. I told a friend this morning, I feel like the abundance gate just opened. And it's like every day now I get good news. I get things that are happening, people that are calling and wanting my services or wanting my time, my speaking engagements. So it's just beautiful the way things just opened up. Hi, Billy. Thank you, my sister, for being here. I love you. Oh, great. You made your abundance jar today. I'm using the exact same one. So it's like when I put the name in, I put $1 in. I mean, you can do this or not. That's just something that I was inspired to do. So every day I send out blessings of abundance to all of you that are in my vase. Hi, Christine. Thank you for being here. Oh, wonderful. That is so awesome. Yes, that we always have things to be grateful for. We just have to open our eyes and see that they're right there, right? They're right in front of us. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, I love you too, honey. Thank you so much for being here. Well, yesterday we started on manifesting. We're going to talk about how to manifest and how to bring in that abundance that you want in your life, that we all could use some more of. And before I get into the lesson, I want to share with you all that I will be doing a free workshop next Monday night. And the way you can get in that free workshop is to sign up through A to Z Healing Space. And I'm going to turn the camera around and give you the link. And somebody can type it in or you can just write it down on your own. Hi, Casey. This is the link that you would go to, and I hope you all can see that. It looks like there's a glare on there. Okay, that's better. So it's A to Z healingspace.com and then /free.gift. You can go there and sign up, and I'm doing a free workshop. It's free to anybody that signs up through here, and it's on developing your mediumship. How many of you want to develop special gifts? You know, we all have the gift to communicate with spirit and to communicate with those that have passed on, that we've lost from our lives. So that's what the workshop is going to be on next Monday night. And I hope to see a lot of you there. Reba's already told me, Reba Linker is, she's the person who does A to Z Healing Space, and she's already told me I have a full room. So I would love to see as many of you there as possible for that. It'll be amazing. Let's see who jumped on. Casey jumped on. Irene, thank you all for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you. So that workshop is next Monday. And then on April the 3rd, Karen Palmer and I will be doing a workshop together. And that'll be an amazing workshop where we'll be talking about how to blossom into the person you are. We're doing it around a spring theme and opening up to that person inside of you. So we'll be putting out information on that. Okay, so yesterday we started talking about what we need to do in order to manifest abundance. What are some of the things we can do to manifest? And I gave you your very first lesson yesterday, which is to start decluttering. Hi, Karen Palmer. I was just talking about you in our workshop. Thank you for jumping on here. So how many of you, let me see some hearts and some thumbs ups. How many of you started with your decluttering process? Anybody at all besides me? I promised you that I would do it, and I did. I spent about an hour last night working on my desk. My desk was such a mess that I didn't even want to see it. It was awful. You know, you don't realize, you have something in your hand and it's like, okay, just stick it onto the side, you know. And before you know it, that side has just grown and the papers are like a mess. So I spent about an hour last night with a trash bag, and anything that was not necessary that I probably will not get to, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about, I just went ahead and trashed it. I had a whole trash bag full, and my friend was like, is that garbage? And I'm like, yes. And it was sitting on top of my desk, and now it's gone, and I'm much happier that it's gone. So I did a little bit of clearing from my desk. I still have some more to do because, like I told you all, don't stress over it. Give yourself a time. You can set a timer or, you know, turn something on that's going to last for half an hour to an hour, and then when that's done, you stop. But the whole idea is to clear it away because you don't need it. You don't need that clutter. So we're going to talk about clutter and what it is. What is clutter? Clutter is an accumulation of things that impede the flow of energy to your home. We're talking right now about physical clutter. We'll be moving on to the other clutter, which is the inside clutter. But first, we have to get rid of all of this that's surrounding us. What is right here that's stopping us from being abundant? What is standing in our way? Okay, Kimberly. Yes, it's a process, Kimberly. You don't do it all at one time, honey. It's like, set in a time. Set how much time you want to work on decluttering and take it easy. Just don't stress yourself about it, but start the process. And then each day over the next week or so, spend time. Set your timer, spend some time decluttering. It's so necessary. So let's talk about, again, what clutter is. Clutter is any object you do not love or use. Do you get that? Any object that you do not love or use. So it can be like a half-finished or never started project. Maybe you bought a canvas and some paints and you thought, okay, someday I want to paint. Someday was a long time ago and it didn't happen. So do you have that bag of canvas and paint sitting there? I do, and it's going to be donated. It can be anything broken or that has parts missing. Guilty of that as well. I have things that are broken and they're not going to be fixed. I've already replaced most of those things that are sitting there broken. It may be unwanted gifts. You can give it away. You can gift it forward to somebody else. Give it to somebody that's going to use it if it's something that you don't want or don't need. It can be things that you might use, okay, sometime in the future, kind of like my paint and canvas that are sitting there. Personal letters and old Christmas cards. I know a lot of people that have boxes and boxes of old Christmas cards. And yes, it's good to look back and reminisce, but, is that stopping you from moving forward? Is that something that's just taking up space? That's sitting there for years and years, taking up space? Reminisce, look at it, memorize it, okay? But see if it's something that you want to part with. Recipes for dishes that you will never cook. Okay, I cook, but I don't really use recipes, so I can't say that I can relate to that one. But some people have recipes everywhere, all kinds of recipes for all kinds of dishes. So are these things that you use, or are these things that are taking up space? Stacks of expired coupons. Sometimes I go through my purse and it's like, oh, I have a coupon. And then I look and it expired like 6 months ago, right? And I know a lot of you are into couponing. It's not something I really got into. If I see something that catches my eye, I'll keep that coupon. And then sometimes I'll let it expire. Another thing is your makeup. Ladies, old makeup, and yes, it does expire. It does have an expiration date, and it's not healthy to keep makeup beyond a certain point in time because it's accumulated bacteria as it's set there, and you use it on your face, and you're getting the cells, and the skin cells from your face. So you want to replenish and replace your makeup often. It's really a healthy thing to do. Another thing you can look at is magazines and newspapers. Why do we keep those? Maybe someday I'll reread that article again. Maybe someday I'll use it for some reason. But why do we keep newspapers and magazines hanging around if we don't use them constantly? Bottles of expired pills. I'm guilty for that. And I don't even use medicine, but I have pills that I took like a few years ago. They're in the garbage. Clothes that don't fit or that you don't like. There's so many thrift stores that really raise money for good projects. Find the ones that relate to you or that you resonate with. Things that, ones that donate to animal rescue or for the homeless. Ones that are related to a cause. And those are ones that you can donate this stuff to, especially clothes. They're always needing clothes, or you can donate clothes to shelters. Just find out where a shelter is in your vicinity, a homeless shelter or a women's shelter, and donate it. Odd socks and worn out shoes. Oh my gosh, I have to confess, yes, I do it. And I need to go through my sock drawer and throw out the mismatched socks and get rid of them. Why are they there? I could buy new socks that match and put them in that drawer instead of the ones that I have to wade through and say, do I have a match to this? And spend 5 minutes looking for a match set. So yeah, get rid of it. You're not going to use it if you only have one sock, or unless you just don't care and you wear 2 mismatched socks, which is fine too. Nothing wrong with that. So remember, use it, love it, or get rid of it. Okay? That's the key when you're doing decluttering. Look at what you have, and you can make stacks. You can make different stacks of things to give away, things to keep, things you're not sure of. Okay, maybe I want to keep this, but let me think about it before I actually put it in that garbage bag. But the more you think about it, go with your gut instinct. It may have a sentimental value, but is it taking up space? Is it something you really love and that you have to hold on to in your life? So look at these things and evaluate, what am I doing with this? And there's reasons that we keep clutter. And one of the reasons psychologists have found that people keep clutter around them is because of scarcity thinking. Think about this for a minute. We're decluttering because we want to bring in abundance. We want to bring in the new into our life. If we're holding on to so much that we don't use and that's just taking up space, we're not making room for what can be there, for the things that we really love and really want to have in our life. So it's that scarcity thinking, maybe I'll use it someday. I bought it, so I'm going to hold on to it. It's mine, right? Even though we're not using it, and the only thing it's doing is cluttering your space, that's scarcity thinking. And psychologists say that it becomes self-perpetuating because fear of the future tends to create a fearful future, which is true. The more we put a vibration out there, that's what we get back. So if we're putting a vibration out of, I'm afraid I might not be able to have this again in my future, so I'm going to hold on to it right now, you're putting out an essence of fear. You're putting out that vibration. And the universe matches our vibrations. It doesn't match our words. It matches our vibration. So if your thought process is, I want to hold on to this coat because someday I might be where it's cold and I need a coat, you're thinking already that you won't be able to buy a coat if that time comes, if that time comes when you'll need one. So you hold on to the one you have. You may not use it for 10 or 15 years, but you're going to hold on to it. It's going to be sitting there taking up space. This is the type of thing that I'm talking about, not being able to let go of something. Now, if you have something that has a really sentimental value to you, something that you really don't want to part with, I'm not saying throw it away. I'm saying evaluate. Why am I keeping it? Why am I holding on to this? And all those things that are sitting there cluttering up, you can ask yourself, am I ever going to use this? Am I using it now? Do I think I'm going to use it in the near future? And if you really don't think you will, once you evaluate it, once you look at it, then let it go. Either give it away or throw it away or start using it. This could be a good time also. You might be going through stuff and say, oh, that's what I did with that. Now I can use it. See, there's always a reason for doing the things we do. So when you're decluttering, you might come across something that will be really beneficial for you. And who knows, you might uncover something that's really valuable and will help you out in your life. Okay, so let's look at some of the excuses of why we don't clear out our clutter. And I'm sure you all can tell me some of your excuses. If you want to type them in, I will read that. Yes, Kimberly, me too. Yeah, I've held on to some things for way too long. And I'm cleaning out. I'm clearing it out, getting rid of it. All right, so some of the excuses for keeping clutter in our life. It's been in the family a long time, okay? And like I said, if it's really valuable to you, hang on to it. Don't get rid of it. But if it's something that's just sitting there just because it's been in the family, that's clutter. So look at that. Really examine that. It might be worth something one day. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So look at how valuable is it to you. They don't make these anymore. Okay. Again, is it something you're using? Is it something that you can get rid of? Something that you can sell if it's a unique item? It's perfectly good. Is that a reason to hold on to something that you're not using and you probably never will use just because it is something that's perfectly good? If you don't need it, you don't love it, and you're not using it, then it's time for it to go. Nobody else will take care of it. Oh my gosh, what kind of thinking is that, right? Let go of it. Let go of it. I paid a lot for this. Okay, are you using it? Is it valuable to you? Is it something you love? Or can you get rid of it? Can you give it away or sell it? Donate it? It's collectible. Fine. Again, go through your process and really look at these things. Why am I holding on to it? Really examine that. Why can I not let it go? Especially when you know that in letting it go, it opens the door to more abundance. It opens the door to things that you really love and want to have and will be using. All right, so let's look at the effects of clutter. Yes, Kimberly, exactly. I have a lot of that in my closet right now, and I've already donated one bag of it this week, of those things that I won't fit into and probably never will again. But I will be going through and doing another sweep through the closet because it's important to me. I want to get rid of those things that I don't use so that I can put things in there that I can use. That's the whole thought process now of what we're looking at and what we're learning. So the effects of clutter, it can make you feel like a failure. It can create chaos. It can be depressing when you're sitting there looking, like I did, looking at my desk and going, how did it get into this shape? How did I let myself just keep piling things up and not sifting through it or doing something with it at the moment I had it in my hand? The other thing is it can keep you tied to the past. Are there things that you really want to hold on to from your past instead of letting go of that and creating room for a brighter future and for a wonderful experience to come to you in the future? Also, if you have clutter sitting around, it takes longer to clean your house and to go around that clutter or to move it from place to place. So that's another thing to look at. Also, let's look at the fact that clutter is expensive. Not just the fact that you bought something you're not using, but it can be expensive mentally, emotionally, and energetically. That's the important part, is when we have all those things we're holding on to, there's a reason we're holding on to them. And that's what we're trying to examine right now. The other thing is you waste time and energy when you're looking for something and you can't find it, okay? Because it's lost in all that clutter. I am guilty of that. I've been there. I'm like, I know I have this. I know I have it somewhere, and it's probably buried at the bottom of a box, So it takes time to go through all the clutter and find that thing that you were looking for. So as we're going through and decluttering, make sure that you're making your stacks. You want the stack of things you're going to keep, and then you're going to organize that. You want the stack of things you're going to give away, and you want the stack of things you're not sure of. And just take time and think about it. Don't be impulsive. Maybe it's something that you really do need or that has a sentimental value, and you're just not ready to let go of that yet. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, but let's move forward. That's what the whole idea is, to get rid of all of that so you can move forward and we can move into really progressing toward abundance. That's our goal, is to be able to manifest abundance. And to do that, we've got to have a clean sweep. We've got to get rid of all that stuff that's standing in our way of our abundance. Yes, Kimberly, absolutely. Moving does suck when you have clutter, but it's a good opportunity though, when you're moving, to get rid of things. That's what I found. Every time I moved, it's like, nope, don't need that, don't use that. And it's just easier, it seems, to do it when you're moving than when you're just sitting there and letting it accumulate. So this is a process we're going to be going through. And tomorrow I will check with you and see if we're making any progress on our decluttering. It takes a while. It's not going to happen overnight that we're going to get rid of all the clutter that we've accumulated. But at least we're starting. We're making those baby steps, putting one foot in front of another. And that's the process. So tomorrow when I come on, we're going to move on. I'm no longer going to talk about all of this stuff that we talked about in the last 2 days. We're going to move forward from there. And every day I'm going to be talking about how we can move toward manifesting and how we can bring in that abundance that we're all wanting so bad and desiring, I should say, and that we are going to manifest. We are going to get there. So I have a few minutes left, and the last thing I talk about is world peace. And I choose peace is our hashtag that we're all using on social media. I choose peace is a wonderful message all by itself. So let's put that out there. The more we can put it out, the more people will see it, and they might ask, what is that all about? And you can tell them there's a peace initiative. It's called the Global Prosperity and Peace Initiative. And there's a website, prosperityandpeaceinitiative.org. They can go there and get more information. There's forms that they can fill out if they want to be a peace ambassador. And any of you listening to this and watching this, if you want to be involved and be a peace ambassador, just let me know. I would love to have you working with me. And I want you to go ahead and mark on your calendars, September 21st of this year is Peace Day. And we're going to hold peace summits in all 196 nations and in every state in the United States. And I will be holding one of those. So I'll probably be doing a live during my part of it. And I'll share with you all the wonderful energy from getting together just for the cause of peace. Isn't that beautiful? To uplift the level of peace and prosperity in the world. It's my goal this lifetime to seek world peace. And that's what I'm working very hard toward. I want to see people accepting each other, people loving each other, being kind, helping your neighbor. So get involved with me. Come on, let's get on this mission of world peace together. I'd love to have your company in doing this. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your love. And I see my friend Joanne jumped on here. Thank you, Joanne, for being here. I love you too, honey. I love every one of you that come on here and help me uplift the vibration every day. Every day at 5 o'clock is happy hour. Come on, be happy with me every day. I love seeing your faces. I love seeing your names. And in half an hour, I'll be going on Periscope and doing the same thing. I'll be shouting out some gratitude and just really lifting the vibration and helping everybody realize that happiness is a choice. That's what I'll be talking about in half an hour, how we make a choice every day. Am I going to be happy? Am I going to be that person that puts a smile on their face no matter what, and goes out and faces the world with that attitude of, I can do anything because I choose to do so. And I choose happiness, and I choose peace. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you, and I hope you have a blessed night. And I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. for happy hour, and we're going to do some manifesting. I love it, and I love you. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.